Willie D Live.
It's Willie D, y'all, back with another episode of information and instructions to help you navigate through this wild, crazy, beautiful world. In the studio, Anthony Hamilton.
What's going on, man?
Hamilton. I feel like I need to have a choir in here.
You choir enough, man.
Some type of tambourine or something, boy. You got it.
You choir enough for me, man.
Yeah. How you doing, man?
I'm good, man. I'm glad we finally get a chance to sit down to talk.
I love you, brother.
Love you too, man.
Man.
Yeah.
And, man, where you get that voice from?
Man, I think in between church and getting my ass whooped. I think that's where it came from.
I got the church part. Explain getting your ass whooped.
You know, coming up, man, you do something out of line, grandma, mom, and them, they pop you.
Yeah.
You know, a couple of licks, a switch,
Right.
belt, broom, house shoe.
Yeah.
You know, it could happen. It can go down.
Explain the experience when you were going to Mecklenburg High School. Explain that. What was that like?
So, I grew up, you know, predominantly black neighborhoods. So it was always fun. You always had
Charlotte?
Yeah, Charlotte, North
Yeah.
Carolina. In Charlotte, North Carolina, you know, Mecklenburg County schools, predominantly black. But, you know, we started getting segregated, and so you start going over to the next neighborhoods, going to their schools. So it was a pretty balanced life. I didn't really feel like anything was unfair at that time because you're too young to really know, but we had a good time.
Right.
Teachers seemed to be into trying to teach you. A few of them seemed like they didn't want you to be there. So it was pretty balanced. Country life, slow. A lot of jokes being told, a lot of cracking on you, your mama jokes, and those type of things. But
Now, was you the jokester or was you the receiver?
No, I was a jokester. I had to because I was small, so
Right.
I had to be
Right.
sharp with it.
Now, being sharp with it,
Yeah.
did it ever turn on you? You know, like you went too far and then you got into a fight.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah.
I had to fight. Yeah, I had to fight. Absolutely.
What's a go-to mama joke for you?
Wow. What's a good go-to mama joke? Oh yeah, your mama's so fat when she jump in the air she gets stuck.
God, ooh man, damn, I ain't never heard that one. Yeah, that would cause me to swing, man, because you can't recover from that one.
No. She just in the air stuck, man.
Yeah,
She's so
I'm
wide.
swinging. Now, who was the primary disciplinary in your family? Who primarily punished you when you got too far out of line?
You know, my grandmother, I remember getting more whoopings from my grandmother and my mom.
Your grandmother and your mom.
Yeah.
Who whooped the hardest? Who were you more afraid of?
Shoot. Grandma whooped with the switch. You know, she didn't get too crazy with it. She stayed with the switch. My mom, it could be a hand, it could be a
Extension
shoe.
cord?
I didn't get the extension cord, but I got my head smacked up against the door. You know, pow, pow. You know, trying to come in because she told me to come in a little earlier. And I would say, I'm coming, because I'm having a good time.
Yeah.
And she didn't say nothing else. So she'd stand at the door and wait for me to come in. And I always knew she was going to smack me in the back.
Right.
She's going to smack me in the back. I'm going to have to do that. She always catch me in my head. I always hit that side where the thing locked the door at.
Yeah.
Wow, she had good timing. Old Pearl Hamilton. God rest her soul.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My mama used to do that too, man. I always knew. And if she missed, it's gonna be it's gonna be worse. So
Yeah.
you gotta take the hit.
You got to take it. I didn't want to, you know, I ain't going to do too much. I ain't going to run too fast because if I make her feel embarrassed, oh, yeah, it's going to go down. So I'm just going to go ahead and take that pow to the head.
Yeah. How do you feel about corporate punishment?
You know, I think discipline is very necessary if it's balanced. I think it's necessary. You know, my kids, I got 6 sons, and I've whooped all their tails, you know.
You still whoop them?
No, I had to punch one of them a little bit, not too hard.
How old is the youngest one?
The youngest has just turned 12. The twins will be 14.
Right. You had twins. Did you start off with twins?
No, my oldest son, Anthony Jr., he'll be 30. He's 35.
Okay.
And then I have Romero, who's 33, Tristan, who's 27, and then the twins.
Okay.
And the youngest, those 3 are from my
From your ex-wife.
Yeah, my ex-wife, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So Are they done? You done with the whippings on with them?
I think for the most part, yeah.
For the most part.
Mm-hmm.
You think they got it? You figured it out?
They're getting there.
You know,
They're getting there.
typically with boys,
Mm-hmm.
when they turn about 14, 15,
Yeah.
they stud up to their daddy.
Mm.
And I have a theory why.
Yeah.
They're at high school age.
Yep.
They're going to school with boys about the size of their daddy and sometimes bigger than their daddy.
Yeah.
And they're sizing these boys up as competition, whether it's
Mm-hmm.
for the girls, whether it's on the football team or the
Mhm.
basketball team or
Yeah.
track and field, whatever.
Yeah.
And they're saying, if I can handle him,
Yeah.
I probably can take daddy. So
Yeah.
when you start telling them to do something,
Mm-hmm.
and hey, you're gonna experience a little aggression from time to time, and the first time you experience it, you got to nip it in the bud.
Oh yeah, absolutely. You
Yeah.
know, I was cutting my son. You know, I'm a barber, so
Right.
with the barber school, so I was cutting their hair maybe 4 or 5 days ago, and one of my twins, you know, real smart, real quiet. He act like he didn't want to get his hair shaped up, you know. So I knew they were going to their mom, so I like to send them if they're going to go to church or whatever. I want to send them back looking decent.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm cutting his hair and doing all this and doing his head, and I was asking him some questions. He was like, "No, what? I said,
Tuning you out.
hold up. I said, is that some tension? You got an attitude or something? Something's going on? I said, you're talking with a little aggression. I said, I don't, you know, is that something we need to figure out? Because I didn't like it. It's like you know, you feel in a certain way. I'll bust you. They're not going to ever do that. They might try it. Anthony Jr. tried it. And I had to grab him by the dreads and slide him down the wall.
Huh.
Yeah,
Huh.
I don't play around.
I think if they don't get it, they'll eventually get it
Mm-hmm.
if you balance that, like you said, you give it
Absolutely.
that balance with that love.
Absolutely. I love them. They know I love them.
Yeah, they got to know that.
Mm-hmm.
Because if they think otherwise and you putting your hands on them, it might be some trouble. Because
Absolutely.
in your mind, you know what you're going to do, but man, these kids.
Oh, yeah, they got
they're
a different
breed,
mentality.
man.
Their brain, they're a little off a little
Yeah.
bit, you know.
Yeah.
Like Anthony Jr., when he was going through, he was, 16, 17. He's great now, working, doing corporate stuff for Nordstrom. So, after that, he came to me and said, you did what you had to do, Dad, because he knew he was out of line.
Right.
So, yeah, he's one of my best friends.
Right. That's
Yeah.
beautiful, man.
Absolutely.
That's beautiful.
So he let the other ones know, like, don't try it.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
I always said that if I
Mhm.
could be a good father, I could be a good man.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
think it helps out.
Yeah.
It helps out. It gives you, it makes you more aware of how you're moving around,
Right.
and what's important, and where to go, and what not to do, and who to be around, because it can turn everything for the good or for the worse.
Yeah. You mentioned getting a shape up, doing a
Mhm.
shape up
Mhm.
on your boys. What's that kid name that the first kid that you shaped up? Was his name Sean or something like that? What was
Yeah,
the kid?
Sean. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You-
Sean
So-
had some nappy,
Sean said
thick,
you-
coarse hair,
Yeah.
extra curly, extra times a 10.
yeah.
Yeah,
Man, Sean set you on track though. He
he
got
did.
you. And I'm sure being a barber put a
Mhm.
bunch of money in your pocket, man. I
You
didn't
know-
know barbers made that kind of money.
No, we didn't make that back then. I was cutting hair for $5 or anything I could get. What you got? I'll take it.
Oh.
Back then,
So you never got a shop or anything like that.
No, I worked in a shop. This is before I became the Anthony Hamilton that people know for music.
Right.
I was cutting hair. I started out with scissors and a big shaver.
Right.
I started back then. I was 13. So I was cutting hair, trying to make money to go to Harley Farms, give me a chicken box with some wedges.
Yeah.
Or, just a pair of shoes at men's name brand.
Yeah.
So,
So you didn't get baller money, but you was able to take care of your
I
necessities.
was young. Yeah, I was able to, I didn't have to beg nobody for nothing.
Right.
I'd sell cans, cardboard. I'd take stuff and recycle it and, make a few dollars. I was just trying to eat,
Man,
and
back
do my own.
back in the Gap, when I had a full head of hair,
Mm-hmm.
my barber, man, this dude was the cleanest dude in the hood.
Oh, yeah, the
I
barbers.
mean, the dude had
yeah.
on. He used to wear all skin boots like
Yeah.
ostrich,
Yeah.
crocodile, alligator boots, and he drove the newest car, the newest, latest Cadillac. You know, he
Yeah.
had, he had the flies. The dude was live, bro. This is the livest barber I ever seen in my life. And I was like, shit, these barbers look like he's doing pretty good. And then he had a big old house big old new house in the suburbs and all this.
Yeah, man.
And I was like, damn, man, these barbers make some money.
I
And they
thought-
making even more money now. I know some dudes who get $75, $100 for a head.
I'm gonna go back to the barbershop. This music don't shape up. I'm going back to the barbershop.
No, I think you straight.
All right.
I think you good.
Somebody let me know something. Let me know something.
I think you good on,
You know?
on that, man.
But man, they now a little boy cut is $35, $40 for just a little, a one guard and a shape up.
Right,
It's like no less than $25 for a kid cut.
right.
Back, I was like, the most I've ever made was probably $10 and maybe a $5 tip back then. And, I was doing men and women's hair. So the women's hair, it would be $25. You do a roller set or give her a bob or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
That you made a little bit more, but still not like what they're making now.
Right.
Hair right now,
Right.
it's $1 billion. It's a billion dollar industry. That's why the Asian community and the Indian community, they're so invested in it, and they keep try to keep us out of it because it's a big business.
Yeah, I got a homeboy that cut hair, and he also do women's hair.
Yeah.
And back in the Gap, there used to be a stigma about guys who did women's hair, styled women's hair.
Yeah,
people
thought they
was a little funny or whatever.
Thought they was festive.
Right.
Yeah.
But this dude, I know him. He's thorough.
Yeah.
He love it like I love it.
I
right?
love it.
Exactly. So do you think that stigma is not so much like today?
You know what? I think it's still there, but it's expected now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So there's a different attitude or perception that people have when they see it. It's not uncommon.
Right.
Back then, everything was, if you're a man, you got to be a man.
Right.
There's no switching around. There's no doing none of that. If you say you're a man, you're a man.
Yeah.
But now, people are living their lives and expressing themselves in different ways, and it's the change of times, and so it's not a shock anymore.
Yeah. I'm gonna keep it a buck, bro. I did my daughter hair a couple times.
What you do?
I did a little plait.
You did? You know how to plait?
Did a little plait.
2 strand, 3 strand. What you got?
It was about like maybe. I probably hooked that thing up, twisted a little
Man,
bit.
look,
whatever,
you have to, man.
We were gone.
Yeah.
Because in her first few years, her mom was in college.
Okay.
So that first, I think it was the first year for sure. The first year and a half, me and her was rolling. We was going everywhere together.
Yeah.
And I'd be like, all right, I need to do something with your hair.
Because you don't want them, you don't want them looking any kind of way out there with you.
Yeah. So I would hook up. We would go everywhere, man. We'd go everywhere together.
Yeah.
The studio, to the mall.
Yeah.
If I had an errand to run, business meetings, I took her everywhere.
Absolutely, man.
Yeah.
And that's what I like doing. Most of the time I'm with my kids.
Yeah.
I hang out with them, man. Like, I'm not just somebody who spend money or pick them up and don't interact with them. You got to interact with your kids, and you got to have a relationship with them.
Yeah.
You spend so much time on the road and doing what you do. Your kids and your family, they know when you're, there to be there, and if you're there because you love it. And it makes a big difference in who they are, who they become.
Yeah. Did you play sports growing up?
Absolutely. I ran track. I ran the 110 hurdles, first leg on the 4x4 relay, long jump. Played football. I was a safety and tailback and on the kickoff and receiving team a few years.
Kickoff and receiving.
Yeah, I was quick.
So
I was fast, and
was fast.
I wasn't afraid to hit.
You was good.
I was pretty good. Yeah. I broke my leg. That's what stopped me from doing sports. So I guess that was God's way of saying, like, no, that was good for a moment.
Thank God,
But
man.
you a microphone singer. I made you a microphone singer, man.
You that dude, man.
Yeah, thank you.
At what point did you know you was that dude? At what point did you know you had the gift?
You know what, Willie? I was young, about 5, 6. I used to listen to music a different way. I would go off and listen to it. They had these speakers. You know, back then they had like the cushion foam on it or the velvet. And I would just take the speaker and I would just listen to it real close. And I would tell myself, I'm going to be famous singing. I'm going to be famous singing.
And what age is this?
It's like 5, 6.
Right. That's
I'm gonna
about
be famous singing. Yeah.
That's about when it hit me.
Yeah, and it's crazy, right?
Yeah.
And I have no idea, only God when that started to develop in me. And I didn't know what fame really was like that. But I just knew that I wanted to do it and I wanted to touch the world with my music and my voice. And so I started that journey, listening different, singing around. If I'm in church or if I go to the store, I used to go to the store for my grandma now. At early age, about 7 years old, 8 years old, I knew how to cross like a busy street. And they said, if you get hit, I'm going to beat your tail. And back then, it put fear in me.
Right.
Like, if I get hit by one of these cars out here playing around, I'm going to get a whooping. Not knowing that I would probably end up dead. But I was more afraid of getting that whooping than getting hit by that car. But I knew I didn't want to get hit by that car. So I would wait I would look back and forth. And that's how I became fast. I'm sure that had something to do with my track speed. And the fact that I didn't have a bike. So I used to chase everybody down and grab their seat.
Right.
I was a little nuisance every now and again. But, man, there'd be winos down there singing in the path, drinking their wine and beer, smoking their cigarettes, but singing their butts off, bro. And I was like, wow. So I'd get caught up in listening. And so sometime, I'd get in trouble, but I'd tell them I was down there listening to them sing. And she would, they'd be like, oh, okay. So it happened so often, they started inquiring, do you like music like that? Well, you about to get on the church choir. And so that was part of, the steering in the musical direction I came in.
But what I want to know is, can you recall the moment you belted out a note and you said, damn, I think I can sing? Because I can recall when I did it. I was dope, boy. I got something right here.
Yeah. You was singing too?
Yeah, man, I was singing.
Oh, yeah.
Killing these
Showed
boys,
up.
man. I was killing these boys.
Yeah.
I mean, not like you, but
No. I can tell you got a tone. You got a certain tone. Yeah, you got it.
Something, man,
Yeah. Yeah, you got a little tone to your voice. I think maybe it was about 12 years old. It was a little later because I was a little shy when it came to like showing what I had. Yeah. I was more so into my own musical world, creating my own little space behind the couch, Magnolia's room, and just developing in my own little space. And then as I got older, I started realizing like, well, maybe I can, because people start hear my voice. And it was like, hey, you got something. Mm-hmm. School choir. Hey, we're going to get you to lead. Hey, why don't you come and join this choir, that choir? I was like, okay, all right, cool, I'll do it. But there were times when I had to lead in the church choir, and I didn't understand why. I didn't know, I knew I loved to sing, but I didn't know my voice was any different than any of the other kids in the choir. And so I just felt like they were picking on me, like, wow, I always got to lead. That's like, you got to lead the Easter speech every Sunday, every Easter.
You overworking underpaid.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, I always get the soggy chicken, and soggy chicken with the cold green beans. Can I get the big piece of chicken this time if I sing? And it wasn't until, the girls started saying, oh, my God, I love your voice. You can sing. Because me and the guys would harmonize. When I got to, like, junior high school, you start meeting guys who, love to sing. Mm-hmm. This guy named Gary Brown, Rodney Thompson from New York. Gary's from North Carolina. Melvin, and a few of us, man. We'd sing I just called to say I love you. We harmonized it crazy. And the girls would just swarm around, and we was like, oh, yeah. I was like, this feels good.
Right.
Yeah, this feels good. And, you know, I think weed gave me, when I used to smoke a lot of weed back then, I think weed gave me more confidence.
Right.
You know, it took away that fear to perform in front of people. It made me feel like, okay, you got this, you know.
You ever
And,
walked up to a girl singing to get her?
I would just sing all the time. So
No, I'm talking about like where you see a chick and you say, man, I'm gonna just walk by and start singing. If she come back here, I'm just gonna start singing.
you know, so a different setup. You know, I'd see them coming, I just start, you know, I wouldn't walk up to her.
Right.
And, you know, now I might do something
You
like
let
that.
your voice bring her to you.
I just start singing loud,
Right.
loud.
Yeah.
It's like, you always singing. Every time a girl come out, he always singing. I'm always singing anyway, but I'm going to sing a little different.
Yeah.
If something come in there that look, you know,
Yeah.
oh, yeah, I'm about to hit this Jodeci right quick because I know
Yeah.
all the lyrics, all the runs, and I'm gonna get her attention.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure you being a crooner, a cold-blooded, you know, guy with the ballads,
Yeah.
that women have requested your music during love-making sessions. But have you ever sung out loud while making love?
Oh, here go Willie, y'all. Here go Willie D, y'all.
I need to know that, because if I had it, I would. I ain't lying.
You know what?
I'll sing.
It's
Whatever I
been
got to do to get the advantage.
Absolutely, absolutely. It's been requested a lot of times, and I've done it. I've done it once or twice.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know how loud I was. Depends on the moment. when that note was coming out.
Man.
Good Lord,
Yeah.
girl. You know, so sometimes, you know, it just depends. You know, I can't be on volume control on this one.
Yeah.
But it's happened. You know.
I was with this girl once, man, and she's a really, really good singer. She can blow. I'm talking about Hilliard Jackson style.
I don't matter. Yeah.
And she started singing, and I was like, "This is different."
While you was oh man.
Yeah.
Oh.
You know, my performance was top tier that night.
Hey.
Yeah, it was top
You
tier.
had her
performance.
singing.
And
Hey.
I could not blame her. You know, I was like,
Absolutely.
"Boy, you cold blooded with it, boy." That girl singing to the top of her lungs, and it was beautiful, man. It was beautiful.
Absolutely.
First, I thought it was strange a little bit, and then I was like, you know what? I got to embrace this, man.
Yeah, absolutely, because it may not happen again. Mahalia Jackson might leave the room.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
You know, I think that's on my bucket list then.
Yeah. Beautiful. Yeah.
Sing back to me.
Man, you got to use what you got to get what you
Absolutely. And ain't nothing like having a strong night when you know you performing.
Then they get in the
God
car,
almighty.
especially if it's a situation where, let's say, they leave the house for whatever reason. Maybe y'all don't live together, whatever. They leave, they go back, they on their way back home, and they call you when they're in the car. Boy, I don't know what you did. Woo.
You was on one tonight.
Really?
You was on one tonight. Yeah. Ain't nothing like it, man. It's a great feeling. You feel like, you know, I know if you've seen that picture of Faison Love when he's standing out there and it's got his gut out and he's out there by the water.
Out to Faison,
What up,
man?
Faison?
What
You feel
up?
like that?
Yeah.
I'm on my Faison right now. I'm on my Faison Love right now.
Wow. Man, how does it feel to make so many songs that are the soundtrack to people's lives?
You know, but it feels good, man. Some people, you know, they make this music and it touches people's lives, and you know, they get annoyed when people come up and share their testimonies and their stories. But I embrace it, and you know, it lets you know that you were onto something all along, and like this is really supposed to be happening, not just for you, but you're saving lives and you're giving people a different way to look at things and take things in, and it's a blessing, you know. It's a real blessing, man. And people say, hey, you got me back. Me and my wife got back together listening to your music. Your music helped me find my wife or helped me lose a loved one or through my divorce. Actually, a lady came up to me. You know, I was kind of more in my quiet space. A security guard. She was driving. I was coming out of Whole Foods or somewhere. and she was like, I'm here to came off a little different. She was a little strange. I'm here to protect you. Came out of nowhere. Then she started telling me her story that she lost her son or her husband, and my music helped her, and it kind of changed my attitude. It's like, wow, here I am thinking, she just wanted to just talk just for the sake of talking, but she really was connected to me in a different way. Mm-hmm. And sometimes you got to be open to hearing people out before you try to judge or put up a defensive energy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How does your music help you?
It allows me to cleanse, not to just have that stuff sit inside. It allows me to detox, and free myself of it in a way. You're still connected to it, but it's not so heavy. When you get upset and you just about to blow, and you take a walk or work out or whatever, and it kind of just let the pressure off. It does a lot of that. It makes you feel like you're worthy of being around. Makes you feel like you're important. We all want to have something to give that people appreciate. We all want to be someone that people feel has something that they can appreciate. And that's my music, and it's my talent, my spirit, and my will to give back to people. But music is that thing for me. It's a comfort thing, When I'm not having a good day, I find some music, whether it's mine or somebody else's, and it just kind of takes you away from what could have been bothering you or push you a little further into where you want to be. Yeah.
You ever talk to the guys over at Nappy Roots?
Absolutely. Just maybe I talked to Skinny DeVille maybe 3 weeks ago. Actually, He just texted me too last week about the Coming From Where I'm From and the anniversary and all that stuff of Coming From Where I'm From.
Sitting here, guess I getting make bail.
Hey.
Got time and a story to tell. Started when I was 9 years old. Woke up and my daddy was gone. Ooh, man. Say, man, that song right there?
That's my favorite, one of my favorites.
That's it, man.
Always.
That's it,
Thank
bro.
you.
Damn. Was you sitting in jail when you wrote that?
Nah. I hadn't been arrested yet.
You had never been arrested?
Not that time, no. I
Man,
got arrested once.
Man, I was in jail, not literally, but I was in jail listening to that song. I could picture everything.
Wow.
Because I've been in jail for you.
Yeah.
enough times. And when I heard that song, I felt like I was right there. Like, I'm there. I'm in the moment. Like, and that's how it goes because, man, you really do some heavy reflecting when you get arrested. Boy, you looking at them, and I bet you there ain't not one person who's ever been arrested and said, how in the hell did I get here?
Oh, yeah.
I should have went left instead of going right. Yeah. I should have waited a little longer. I shouldn't have went. All of these type of things. Yeah, man. Yeah, music, sometimes it hits at a pivotal part in your life, and it allows you to see, or allows you to refocus, if this is the path I need to be on, or do I need to dial back and redo this thing, because can't keep doing this. You ain't gonna amount to too much. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Sister Big Bones. Sister Big Bones, man. Man, did the big women come after you when you put that out? Oh, yeah. I did that on purpose because I like them. I like the big women. Yeah, you like the big bones. Yeah, I like even a slim woman. She got to have something juicy. You know they say it ain't no such thing as big bones. Well, like all of they say, well, not they say, but scientifically we're all we the skeleton. We're all just a skeleton. Yeah. So if you look at, you take a X-ray of it could be 1,000-pound person. Yeah. And you take somebody about the same height as them, they're going to have a very similar bone structure. It's going to be about the same. One skeleton bones is not going to be bigger than the other.
Well, whatever's on that bone, I like it.
Good answer. Good answer.
Whatever's on that bone, that thicker rendition of it, I like it. I like slim women too.
Yeah.
I like slim women who you gotta have some booty,
curve.
man, some booty. Yeah, have a little girth back there, little hips, something that's gonna jiggle. I need a jiggle. I need something to move. You know what I mean? I just something about it. It's just. I don't know, that texture of that soft skin and that extra juicy. Makes me happy. It makes me happy, you know.
Now is it a size that's too big?
It depends on how she carrying it. You know?
How she carry it. It's all about how she carry it.
But you know, the older you get, you don't want to wrestle as much. I don't want to wrestle as much. Back in the day, I want to prove myself.
I can
tall, big.
Yeah,
I want to prove. I want to prove. I want to prove. I'll break you down. I'll climb that tree.
Right.
But now I don't feel like all that wrestling no more. I got to do all this wrestling and tussling and going on. It look good, but you don't want to keep wrestling with it too often. Yeah. Every now and again, you know, it look good though. I swear, boy. I said, boy, I got too much other stuff to lift. I can't keep. Don't mess my back up.
Man, I was checking out your Instagram, which I often do. You put a post up where you was talking about, like, I think it was chicken or something. You had a T-shirt. What's one?
Sugar don't go on grits.
Sugar don't go. Yeah, right. Sugar don't go on grits.
Sugar don't go on grits. Yeah.
I was just having this discussion a couple of weeks ago about people that put sugar on grits. I never did it. But there are some people that love sugar on grits. I don't know where it came from, but it's been around for years and years. I remember in childhood, I had family members who preferred sugar on their grits.
I just love how buttery grits taste with the little salt and little pepper. It just seemed like the sugar, it gets in the way of that hearty down home taste. For me, my family, you know, most of them, you had your bacon and you had your sausage, you had your grits, and you had a biscuit or a piece of white bread, and you run that thing on down through there. But
put a little jelly on it.
Little jelly. See, that's where I got my sweetness from, the jelly.
Exactly.
Now, I ain't gonna say I ain't never took jelly and let it run over in my grits.
Yeah, but not
with my
too much.
eggs. Not too much.
Yeah.
Just a little on the little side right there.
Right.
The whole thing can't be purple.
Right.
You can't have grape all through it.
Right.
So, you know, I get where they're coming from, but it's just in the way.
Yeah.
You know, I think that should be something. If they're gonna put something in that Project 2025, they need to put no sugar on grits in the Project 2025. If you want to do something, if you want to put something positive in there, you know, do that.
What do you think about Trump's chances of becoming the president again, and how do you feel about that?
You know, man, I ain't no politician. I ain't gonna stand up here and and say I know it all, but I just feel like the world is they're looking for something to believe in, somebody to believe in. Whatever they're going through in their internal self, you know, whether it's a racial agenda or whatever it is, they need somebody to blame it on. And I think Trump is the candidate that allow people to feel like they can be as ignorant as they want to, as blind to the injustice as they want to, and make it okay to be the bigot that they want to be, or fight for the justice that they want to see. You know what I mean? So I just think he rallies up the wrong gang of people and the wrong spirit in America. And I wish we had better choices. I don't think any of the choices are that great, and it's been like that, for a long time. I think the age of the president should be a lot, not too young, but after a certain age, I think you kind of set in your ways, and it's kind of like talking to a brick wall. America is, they're arrogant and in denial. They've been in denial about all this stuff, especially when it comes to us. They got something for everybody. Indians can come over, open stores. Asian community can come over and do all this stuff. They get loans and all this stuff without a problem. But anytime we try to do right, there's always a lot of obstacles that if they're not there, they'll create something, to block us a lot of times. And a lot of times we block ourselves too, because we don't rally together. And I think people don't realize that the unity that most other groups have, it's power. They may not like each other, but they know, like, we can work together. I don't have to like you to respect you. And we can work together and build something for our families and for our,
But a big part of it, though, Ant, is that no other group of people have their own government running interference.
Mm.
See, I don't care where you are in the world.
Mm-hmm.
No group of people has ever been able to reach their optimum potential
Mm-hmm.
when they're being targeted by their own government for failure. We have think tanks in this country. Some of those think tanks include politicians.
Oh, absolutely.
And their job is every so often to come up with initiatives to block black progress.
Absolutely.
They specifically block black progress. They specifically put plans. And it's like, in their minds, anybody but the blacks.
Absolutely.
We let anybody have some action
Mm-hmm.
but the blacks.
Absolutely.
Right? Black guys who have the money got to jump through all kind of hoops to buy a professional ball team.
Absolutely.
They'll let some dude from another country, an immigrant or something, come right on in and buy a team, and nothing is said. It's just like that. It just gets done because they got the money. It gets done. Same thing with black people who are in the hospitality industry. You want to buy a hotel. You got the money, but they make the process so excruciating
Yeah.
that oftentimes they deter you. They discourage you
Absolutely.
from continuing the process,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So people have to always keep that in mind. And even with that, we bad than a motherfucker.
We still
be getting on
get
their
there.
ass.
Yep.
We still be hitting them left and right, and
Yep.
boom, boom, boom. So we got to make sure that we don't get caught up in their representation of who we are. Because
Absolutely.
what they do is they put up our worst as an example of who we are collectively. And they put up their best
always
as an example of who they are collectively.
Mm-hmm. You see it in movies.
Yeah.
Even with the music, they promote the worst of who we are
Right.
the most through
The
music.
most, the absolute
Through music,
most.
movies, everything. They want to expose that one thing we did wrong. They want to expose that over and over again. When you have Trump, he has 34 felonies.
34 felonies.
And it's okay. Felonies are not that bad,
They even got T-shirts saying that I'm voting for the felon.
Ain't that crazy?
But right before he became a felon, it was everybody looking down on felons, and putting it in the job applications to stop you from getting your life together, stop you from earning a living,
Absolutely.
being
And,
able to feed your family.
Absolutely, man. A felon is just a mistake, I made a mistake. And, some of them are not even felonies. I think, we get judged differently. It
Well,
could be
Trump
something
haven't
simple.
made any mistakes. He did everything he did was done on purpose.
Absolutely.
34 times. One time,
Absolutely.
maybe 2 times, maybe
Yeah.
a mistake. Maybe a stretch for 3, but 34 times.
34 times, man. Come on, man.
The dude tried to overthrow the government, man. The U.S.
Is
government.
that not enough?
That should have been enough.
That's terrorism. Isn't that
That
terrorism?
alone should have disqualified him from being a citizen.
Yeah.
They should have stripped him butt naked and put him in a cage like the animal. He is. They should have got rid of him right then
And
and
put
there.
put his shoes on, make him wear them shoes, and shine lights on them, because you know they got that reflecting gold.
Uh-huh.
Put a bright light on them, make him stare at it.
Yeah.
You know, I don't wish bad on anyone, but it seems like the bad people always seem to be winning, when it comes to them.
Right.
And
You know why they win so often? Because the bad people are willing to do anything to get what they want.
Yep.
Including kill.
Yeah.
The good people, not so much.
Yeah.
And the good people have to, in my opinion, you just can't allow yourself to be bullied. So,
Yeah.
you have to become the bully. If somebody try to bully you, you have to become the bully.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to tell you something, and this is an unpopular statement,
Mm-hmm.
but I like China.
Mm-hmm.
I like China because China has the ability to be a bully, but they're not.
Mm-hmm.
When China wants to do business with you, they're diplomatic about doing business with you.
Mm-hmm.
They go to you, they come to your country and say, hey, we want to do business, and da-da-da. Now, it's up to you to accept it or not. I'm not saying it's a good thing that you're allowing them to come into your country and do business.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying when they come in, they don't come in under the pretense of saving the people from their evil government
Mm-hmm.
and coming in, killing people and bombing people and, disjointing people, from
Yeah.
their nation. They don't do that.
No.
They come in with diplomacy, and they could easily mark off territories like the U.S. does.
Oh, because they're very powerful.
They got it. They
Yeah.
got it like that. But China to me is a gentle giant, and
Yeah. Japan.
But at the same time, the U.S. knows that, we can go over here and smash on little Iraq, little Iran, little Afghanistan or whatever. All them stands, we'll tear them up.
Yeah.
But China is a different story. We hate China. We don't like them. They often criticize China, but they ain't going to do nothing. They ain't going to do nothing.
You know who to,
because they know
who to mess with and who not to
they
mess
know
with.
who to mess with and who not to mess with. They know their beans from their cornbread. Yeah. You need to do a song.
Beans and cornbread.
Yeah.
Man, you can do it.
Beans and, yeah, man, that'd be dope.
Yeah.
I'm going to hold you to that, man.
Hey, ain't nothing but a
and
thing.
Cornbread.
Beans and cornbread. But it's going to mean so many other things.
B-side.
Mm-hmm.
Sugar don't go on grits.
Anyhow.
That's dope.
Making me hungry, man. Making me hungry.
That's dope, man.
Yeah.
That's dope. What's your assessment of Joe Biden?
Joe's he's getting old, man. Joe is a little old and, not saying he don't still have some of what it takes. It's just delayed. And I don't think we have time to be delayed in today's society. You got to be sharp and you got to be on it.
I think by the time this interview comes out, he'll probably have been stepped down because right now there's a huge bullhorn blaring for his
Resignation.
His resignation.
Yeah.
They want him to step down. And the trip part about it is the big donors want him to step down the most, and the Democrats are divided about who they want to replace him. And they are also saying that he's not going to endorse Kamala Harris, which to me makes no sense. I think she's their best shot. I think she's the most qualified and ready to step in and do the job from day one.
But she's a black woman, and she's a woman and a black woman.
Yeah.
I don't think America's even ready for that.
Right.
Not even a woman.
But America wasn't ready for the first black president.
You're right.
But my thing is
we need somebody.
This is what I say.
Somebody to stand up for something.
This is what I say when it comes to America being ready.
Yeah.
Fuck America.
That part.
You know what I'm saying? Because
Yeah.
America ain't never going to be ready for us to be successul, period.
Oh,
And
they don't
nothing.
want us to.
They always hating. I was just watching a video yesterday. In fact, I covered it on my YouTube channel. Pepper from Salt and Pepper
Yeah.
was accosted while riding the Southwest Airlines, while sitting on the Southwest Airlines plane. She bought 2 tickets.
Yeah.
So she had 2 seats. And one of the guys, the flight attendant, got mad at her because she didn't have her knee brace on. She has a permit, for disability.
Yeah.
And so that's why she needed two seats
Yeah.
so she could stretch out. So he pretty much got on her by not having it on, so she put it on, and then he was like, okay, well, that's fine. But then she said that she was FaceTiming her assistant to tell her assistant that she was not going to make the meeting in Tennessee because they were talking about kicking her off the plane. And then the people thought that she was going, live on a filming them.
Wow.
And so they decided they want to kick her off also because some dude walks up and says he has a funeral to go to, and they want to take her seat that she paid for and give it to him. And so she went through all of that, and then they eventually kicked her off the plane. So she definitely has a lawsuit because first and foremost, I know when it comes to that disability thing, like you can't question a person's disability. Once they tell you they're disabled, you can't say, well, you can't make them prove that they're disabled.
That is not your job.
That's
your
not your
job is
job,
to give
yeah.
ice, snacks, them little cookies, and make sure everybody get on and get off safely.
Yeah. I think they was hating on her, man, because she was a black woman who appeared to be successful.
And she could afford to buy 2 seats.
Yeah, and exactly.
Like, who does that? Who can?
Yeah.
Who do you think you are?
Yeah. Sometimes I feel it in first class, man.
I feel it too, man. Like yesterday, when we was coming here, it was delayed 3 hours, 4 hours on the plane. So normally, when you're giving food in first class, you start from the front and go to the back.
Right.
This particular young man, I think he looked and saw that most of the white people were sitting on the back end of first class. And he wanted to make sure they got the best meals. So he started from the far end to come up to the front.
Right.
And there was actually a young white lady who was sitting beside me. She said, isn't it kind of weird and odd that he told everybody what it was, but then he started from the back of first class and come up to the front before he's, giving out the meals. She said, yes, I've never seen that in my life.
Yeah.
So they're pick and choose. He took an assessment. Oh, yeah, only have a few things of chicken and good hot food, and the rest of you, gonna get what's left. And he did that on purpose. And I was like, okay.
Have you seen the Colin Colin Kaepernick movie on? It's a series on Netflix.
No, I haven't seen all of it.
Yeah, man, it's good.
Yeah,
it's better than I thought it was. Because I didn't really give it a lot of time. Cause when I first started watching it months ago.
Yeah.
So then I started, and I was like, wait a minute.
He got something.
This
special.
This is good, man. Like really, really good, right? So, there's a episode I think it's called The Road Trip, where they constantly are going out on the road for tournaments, and they're going in these little small towns. And in these little small towns, they're the biggest bigots that you want to encounter, right?
Yeah.
And every time Colin is around, he's being like confronted with racism. One kid goes and gets some ice cream. He gets his ice cream. Both of them eat their ice cream. The white kid goes and get a second round, comes right back and just continues to talk. So Colin's like, oh, well, let me go get me a second round. So he goes back and the woman says, no. You can't have any. And it happens again and again and again. Like when he tried to go get some cookies, they told him, hey, you can't. And then he has his uniform on, just like his jersey on, like everybody else.
Yeah.
And he's with the group. He got his backpack, and they're asking him, are you supposed to be here? They're just walking up they are clearly singling him out and confronting him. This is a kid. But for some of them, man, that's all they got is racism, and
that's a big thing.
That's all they got.
That's why they fight so hard for it.
Right.
You don't have no real history. You don't have nothing that you've really, really have accomplished without stealing and taking it. So let me hold on to racism because that's something that I can definitely say I have.
On an individual level, they ain't really accomplished nothing personally. Like nobody likes them. You know what I'm saying? They ain't good in relationships. The kids don't listen to them. Mom and daddy don't like them. Daddy probably left them. You know, they just ain't got it. They unattractive, whatever. They just mad at the world. And so, like some people do when they get mad at something, they typically have misdirected
The anger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's typically misdirected.
Yeah, you know, not all of them. Not all white people are bad. There's some I've met with some good spirits.
No, I've met some.
They're really good spirits.
I met some, not just some, but I met many. That's
many.
Really, really good people. But
really, really
this
good
is
people.
a shoe fit wag conversation, and they know who I'm talking about.
Oh, absolutely.
They know
it.
exactly who I'm talking about.
Yeah.
And you know, so I don't think.
Yeah, and the ones who are the good ones, they see, and they're ashamed of a lot of it. You know, you can see like, man, and people speak up a lot more now, but not enough.
Right, not enough, huh?
Yeah, and I have a problem too. Like, you know, the cops, like they're the new KKK for the most part.
Mm-hmm.
Why isn't it? Why don't more of the black cops stand up to the injustice in the system? I don't understand why they don't speak out. Like, you know what we've been through, and you get to
job security.
But
they don't want to be ostracized.
Yeah.
You know, because they punish you when you stand. Even if you're white.
Yeah,
even if you're white.
Right. You're right.
If you're Hispanic, if you stand up and you stand up for righteousness, they're so, you know.
You're blackballed, and you could be on a call after that. You can be on a call and need backup, and they won't send it.
They won't send it. You walk into the office. Remember the scene in American Gangster, which you was on the soundtrack,
yeah, I was in that movie.
And you was in the movie.
Yeah,
you was in the movie. You was singing and stuff.
Yeah,
and that was dope, man. You've been on a lot of soundtracks, by the way.
Oh man, a lot of them.
You've been blessed, man.
I have been blessed, man. I just realized my song "Souls on Fire" is in the Obama. It's an Obama series called. Oh man, what is it called? It was on Netflix. I think it's called Barry, something like that. And just heard one of my songs on it. I didn't even know it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've been blessed, man. Yeah. But yeah, that scene, that brought me, you know, I was thinking about that scene.
When dude walked in after he gave the money back, I think it was like, what, $2 million or something he found in the back of the truck?
Yep. He found $2 million.
And he took all of the money in the Russell Crowe character.
Russell Crowe character, yeah.
He took all the money back into the precinct and stood there and watched him count it.
Yep.
And after he took the money back, all of the cops inside the precinct was looking at him like they wanted to kill him.
They wanted to destroy him. You dummy.
Like, what kind of fool are you? You like, I hate you. They really had a look like they hated him.
They did.
They did.
Like,
that was worse, very true.
He was worse. He did worse than someone who had the drugs or who had murdered anybody. Like, he was worse. He was worse off in their eyes.
He took that money out. He took all that money back in. I'm going to tell you something straight up, fam. Watch this.
Yeah. I don't know how much, I don't know how some of it got out of there.
Yeah, I'm going to tell you straight up, fam.
You know.
If I'm a cop,
unmarked?
I find $2 million in the trunk.
Yeah.
I ain't see $2 million, man.
I saw 150,000. That's all I saw.
I ain't see nothing. I ain't seen nothing, man.
Yeah.
I ain't seen nothing.
Yeah.
Man, you know how hard it is to not touch that money, man. That's why I say that cops need to be held to a higher standard.
Mm-hmm.
You cannot give them greater breaks than you give civilians who didn't go to the academy and swear to uphold the law, to serve and protect, who went to school or at least took some courses shooting.
Yeah.
You know, like they didn't have drills, and they've had went quizzes and all this type of stuff.
Yeah.
And these guys are held to a lower standard than the public is when it comes to making decisions about using violence in the midst of conflict.
And it's crazy to me, man. It's just like, and they get off. Like you literally, blatantly just murdered somebody. And it's justified by whatever they justify. I don't know what their justified system is. Well, I do know, but it's just, and you can just do that on live TV and the world can see it. I know other countries are looking at us like, that circus.
I know China and Russia and Japan, I know they're looking like, yeah, keep fighting.
Yep.
Keep fighting amongst yourself.
Yep.
Keep killing each other.
Yep.
Yeah.
So,
keep killing.
So we don't have to do it.
Yeah, we don't have to do it. And or if we ever do have to do it, y'all gonna be so damn weak. Y'all gonna be so divided.
Yep.
Y'all not gonna be able to defend yourselves.
Not at all. Not at all.
Yeah. That's what I would be thinking if I was sitting back.
Oh, absolutely.
If I was one of them. I would not be worried about the U.S. like that.
Yeah, they so preoccupied about who's got the, who's sleeping with who and who's doing what.
Yeah, I'd be building up my military.
Who's got the most money? Who's got the most? While they're just plotting and planning. Yeah.
Man, when I first heard your voice, I immediately thought of Al Green. And I saw that you had a chance to work with Al Green.
Yeah.
And, one of my favorite performances you've ever did was when you did that, I think it was BET you was on, and y'all did a tribute to Al Green.
Oh, yeah.
Was that BET?
Yeah, it was BET.
Yeah, I'm so tired of... When you came out, you was fired up, too. You was ready for that performance.
Yeah, I was ready for that one.
Came out there like...
I came out with my shirt open. I had on my shirt,
you had that
my
bounce.
shiny pants. Yeah.
You had that bounce in your walk. Boy, I know you was ready because I know that feeling.
Yeah.
You was pumped because normally somebody come out there, you a crooner, you smooth, you walk out there.
Yeah.
Like, I'm so tired of being...
I was ready for that one.
You walked out there like, I'm so tired of being...
Yeah, that was,
you was ready.
Hey, that's for Al Green, man.
And Al was feeling it, too.
Yeah, man.
He was feeling it.
Yep. I won my first Grammy with Al Green.
Right.
There was an album called Lay It Down. I co-wrote the title song, Lay It Down, and the song for Best R&B Performance, You've Got the Love. We won a Grammy for it. I think Questlove had something to do with that project, James Poyser of The Roots.
Yeah.
Those guys, and I ended up winning the Grammy with Al.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Al, you know what was crazy, too, is that I never met Al Green. I don't think I met him. I couldn't have met him because I would have remembered. I had to. I would have remembered. But I know, a reason why I questioned it because I remember being backstage at a show that he was on. It was the Essence Festival.
Yeah.
So I was there, I remember, but I didn't get a chance to meet him. In any event, Al's personality reminds me of you from a distance, from what I see, how I see him move from a distance. His demeanor.
Yeah.
He's always happy, he's calm, he's reserved, but have a very workmanlike type of character, right?
Yeah.
Do you ever notice those similarities?
You know what? I can see. Yeah, I can see some of myself in Al. Down home, happy to be around the people. Church boy.
In the church, yeah.
Yeah, church boy.
That background is there.
Love music, love to laugh, love the ladies.
Yeah.
I can see that. When we did the songs, we were in the studio together. He was on the mic, and I'm on the mic, and we're singing at the same time, like old school. And I never asked him for a picture. I didn't want him to feel like uncomfortable. And
I
kind of regret. That's one regret.
For that picture, man.
I think I'm gonna have to meet him now. He done got a little juicy, but I love him. He's still Al. But I think I'm gonna have to get my picture. I'm gonna have to get my picture. There may be one of us at the same place or something. But yeah, I didn't want him to feel uncomfortable because he had a code word. If he called it out, that means he was ready to go.
Yeah.
I didn't want him to call that word out.
You see everything that's going on with Diddy. Was you at Uptown when Diddy was over there?
I was just getting signed to Uptown in '93, and Puff was on his way out. I saw him. He'd be at the office a few times.
Yeah.
He'd come through, and then but he was kind of taking his stuff out, going over to Arista or wherever he was going.
The parent.
He was making his transition. Yeah.
He was going to the parent company.
Yeah, yeah.
Going direct.
Yeah, he was going direct. Yeah.
You ever been in them Puffy parties?
Have I been to not those kind, not the house party things? I think there was a mansion party maybe or something in L.A. maybe, but I don't know if it was a Diddy party. I know he was there.
Right.
Yeah, but I don't know if I've been to the infamous Diddy parties.
The infamous Diddy parties. Man, where were you when you heard about Andre Harrell's death?
I think I was on the road. I hadn't I had seen him.
Yeah.
That year, not too long. Yeah, that was really shocking.
Were you close to him? Did y'all have a personal
Very, very close
relationship?
Yeah,
as
I
well
was
as
still
business?
calling.
Okay.
Yeah, even Wendy Cradle, who was his son, Gianni, is by Wendy Cradle. She was my attorney for years.
Okay.
And I still keep in contact with her. Yeah, we were connected, man. And Dre was. I could pick up the phone and call him anytime, just like I could pick up and call JD. JD has never slighted me, ever. You know, you meet some people, you do songs with them, they got your number, they call you to death, you do the music. And after that, if you need them, they don't answer the phone anymore. There's a lot of those guys. And y'all know who I'm talking about. And, but Jermaine Dupri, Andre Harrell, Jimmy Jenkins, those type of guys, they've always been 100.
Jermaine is the one that you did your second album with, right? Was that
Jermaine? He did the Coming From Where I'm From. It was through So Def.
That was the second album, right?
Yep, actually, yeah. It's the first real
Ecstasy
release.
was the first release. Your
Ecstasy,
first release.
Ecstasy. It didn't never get released. It was almost released.
But didn't they drop a couple singles?
Yeah, they
from
did.
That,
Yep. Nobody
that
else
album?
and a few. Yeah, I Will Go from
that was 96.
That was 94. I got signed in 93, worked on
But
the
they
album in
dropped
93,
those
94.
singles in 96.
Probably 96, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then, so how did you meet Jermaine? Like, how did that relationship?
Wow, man, a series of events. You know, I was signed from 93 and from one record company when Andre Harrell and MCA parted. I got caught up in that, so I was inherited by MCA, who didn't really get it. They wasn't really invested in me because they couldn't say I helped write it, or they couldn't steal no money. So, you know, they didn't want no parts of it. So from there, Andre Harrell went to Sony. He was doing a thing called Harrell Entertainment. We tried it again, and him and what's the name? Used to be married to Mariah Carey.
You talking about the executive?
Yeah.
Oh, Tommy Mottola?
Yeah, I think they had a disagreement. So Harrell Entertainment, that didn't really work out in a timely manner. So Soul Life, the guy Mark Sparks, who put me in the business, he had joined forces with these guys from India, and they formed a company called Soul Life. They ended up buying me out. I was at Soul Life for a minute and heard it all before it was out. I was working on my album, getting ready. And that fell through. So here I am, a few record deals failed. I get invited by Londell McMillan to the Grammy brunch.
Attorney Londell
McMillan.
Londell, y'all still keep in touch?
I haven't spoken to him in a minute. He texted me.
Man, Londell is a cold-blooded attorney, man. That dude there is the truth.
Yeah. He called me or texted me maybe last year or earlier, I think it was later part of last year. But he invited me to sing at the Grammy brunch. And at this moment, I didn't have nothing to really. That's when I started letting my beard grow out however it want. I said I'm stopped putting on these shiny suits. I'm sick of all of it. And got invited to the Grammy brunch. And mind you, it was Alicia Keys there, Kanye West, Prince was there.
Prince was Londell's client.
Yep. Isaac Hayes introduced me on stage. And I sang Coming From Where I'm From because I had been working on music with Mark Batson, who produced it, and Charlene.
Did you hit him with the shoulders?
Man, I hit them with a voice, some pain that they ain't never heard before. And Jermaine Dupri's father, Michael Malden, was in the audience. And him and Jermaine had a conversation prior to that about real voices coming back. Man, I sang my ass off. I sang coming from where I'm from, like it's the last meal, the last time, the last scream to God. And right after that, Michael Malden came on. He said, I got somebody I need you to meet and talk to. And it was Jermaine Dupri.
And it happened pretty fast from there, right?
Jermaine was not letting up off the gas. He bought all the tickets damn near to SOBs in Charlotte. He brought his company there, his staff from Arista. They pretty much strong arm and bullied their way into like, nah, I'm signing you. I don't care who's. I was talking to Jimmy Iovine, who actually paid for 4 songs and never charged me. He said, just take those as a gift. He said, because I don't really see what to do with you. I don't all the way see the vision. I hear the voice and see the talent, but I don't know the vision. Jermaine knew the vision.
When Jimmy Iovine bought those songs and said, take the songs, and
he paid for the studio time and all that. Never wanted a dime, never wanted anything, just as a gift.
Now, what did that do to your spirit? Because Jimmy knows music.
He knows music.
He knows music. So how did he miss that? How did he miss one of the greatest voices of our time?
I think he didn't miss it. I think at that moment, his ear was to something else. I think hip-hop was really, really, I think he didn't want to mess it up. He probably couldn't have.
Right,
but
I got you.
He knew that he didn't want to chance it or get in the way of something he knew that was special. And so...
Yeah. I had a situation like that with this group that you may have heard of called Girls Time.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to mess it up.
Yeah.
I didn't want to mess it up. And I was like, hey, I'll support y'all. Whatever I need to do, I'll do it.
Yeah.
But, I don't want to be responsible for messing this up.
Yeah. And, I'm thankful that, he didn't put me on another label to let me sit around.
Yeah.
Jermaine Dupri was nonstop.
Yeah. And I say Girls Time, but most people are familiar with Destiny's Child.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Yeah, I know that lineage.
Yeah. I know you know, but I know for
most people.
Most people don't know that.
Yeah.
That they were called Girls Time before Girls Time. Why am I?
It's all right.
Getting mixed up.
It's the cyber stuff that's going on.
But Girls Time before they were Destiny's Child.
Yeah. It's good stuff.
You did a song on Django.
Yeah.
How did that come about?
Django was a producer, one of my favorite producers, Kelvin Wooten, who did Pass Me Over. He did Cool. He did a lot of songs. Her Heart for me. Was working with a girl named Elena Boynton. And they had already had a relationship with whoever was doing the music for Django. And my manager called and said that they wanted to put me on it. And I heard the song. I was like, this is epic. And this movie, I saw a clip of the movie. I was like, this is huge. So I lended my voice to the song. And they loved it.
Yeah.
I love that movie. I love it. It's one of those movies. It's like, yeah, only if we could do it now.
Yeah, man, you connected to some very, very big projects, man. A lot of.
I'm blessed, man.
A lot of big names,
Yeah.
have shared space with you. You know what I'm saying? Artistic space with you.
Yeah, man. I've done, Drake, Tupac.
Yeah.
Rick Ross, Meek Mills, Jill Scott, Buddy Guy, Carlos Santana. Man.
I heard you
So
mention
many.
Cocker in an interview.
Joe Cocker.
Joe Cocker. Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
In a past interview, like
Absolutely.
how intensively did you listen to him?
Oh, like religious, like his voice. What would you do if I sang out of tune? Would you stand up and walk on? Man, come on.
Yeah.
That white man was singing from
and a lot of people don't know.
oh,
Joe Cocker was a cold boy.
cold-blooded. And his performance, like he
Yeah.
was just going convulsions. He was singing.
Yeah.
He would just get into it. I was like, that's how I want to love it on stage.
Yeah.
And I felt that before. I've done it.
Yeah.
I've been there.
Man, when you hit that stage,
Mm-hmm.
your performance is electrifying.
Thank you.
You do not just get on stage and just like
Act cute and put on a
yeah.
with an
You don't do that.
outfit. No.
Like some artists, and I mean some of the artists who have done just as much as you have done,
Mm-hmm.
went platinum and and had the Grammys and all that kind of stuff. They come out on stage, man, and they act like they doing us a favor as the audience.
Yeah.
Like, I'm doing y'all a favor. You better be lucky I showed up. Not you.
No.
Man, you be going out there like you auditioning. You know,
Yeah.
like you trying to get on. You be out there like, and I think that is a testament
Yeah.
to your longevity
Mm.
because
Yeah.
you put everything into those performances every single time. I be watching, man, and I just be like,
Yeah.
man, let me see if he can keep this going. Let me see. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then, even when you slow it down,
Yeah.
you switch gears and boom, you right back up there again. It ain't really no downtime as far as where even when you slow it down, you have the audience engaged. You got something going in there to feel in to catch while you're catching your breath.
Yeah. I'm letting them take it in. I
Yeah.
had them whooped up on y'all.
Yeah,
So I'm letting it soak in now.
right.
And we're here. I like to come out and create a space that nobody else can create for you. And I'm gonna give you everything that you thought you needed and more because I think you deserve it. I think the fact that you work hard every day and you made the decision, the choice to buy my ticket and buy my music and support me all these years. I'm gonna give it to you like you deserve it. I'm gonna give it to you like I love you and I appreciate you. And I ain't gonna play with it. Whether it's 15 people or 15,000 people, I'm gonna perform my ass off.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I know, and I know that to be true.
yeah,
I know that when you hit that stage, you give it all you got
hmm
because you love what you do. But how much of
Love
that is the fact that it took you 10 whole years as a professional
Yeah.
to actually pop from the first time you signed your contract
hmm
to when you actually hit
Yeah.
coming where I'm from?
You know what? I say 75% of it is that. Like, how dare y'all try to keep me from being who I was destined to be?
Yeah,
How dare you? How dare you try to stand in the way of it? I'm here, and I'm gonna be here for a while until God says it's time for me to leave. And while I'm in this space, you're gonna know my name, you're gonna know my voice, and you're gonna feel my music. You're gonna feel the joy, you're gonna feel the heartache, you're gonna feel whatever it is I've been through. You're gonna feel it.
yeah,
You're gonna feel it, and we're gonna enjoy this thing together. And the other 25% is just I love it. Well, it's all blended. And the other 25 is, ain't nobody gonna take my job either.
yeah, right.
I'm gonna make it hard for you to come up. Some artists can be replaced,
Mhm.
but when you special and you have it and you stand on it and you deliver it how it needs to be delivered, can't nobody take your job.
I'm sure you've been asked a million times
Mm-hmm.
at least to offer some advice to the artists
Yeah,
of today.
absolutely.
But what I want to know is, and we can get to that, but what I
Mhm.
want to know is, what's the best advice you've received as an artist
The best advice I've received as
from
an
another artist? And who was that artist?
from another artist. You know what? It was, I was sitting backstage and I was listening to a song that, it was Glory. with John Legend and Common, and I was standing backstage with Aretha Franklin. She was like, Anthony, you can sing songs and you can sing very well. You can do all that. She said, you can sing a great song. She said, or you can get a song like that there. She said, that song will change your life. She said, you get you one of those, it'll change your life. So she instilled in me, like, although R&B is absolutely amazing, those world songs are the ones that open up the door to the world. Mm-hmm. And they call it that for a reason. Change your life music will put you in a different space.
Was Charlene one of those type of songs?
Charlene was a song that solidified me as a songwriter, storyteller, and a staple vocal, and it changed my life. Yeah, in a different way.
Charlene, man, boy, you was begging in that motherfucker. Boy, you was like,
I'm coming through a heartbreak, man. I had been heartbroken, and I had been heartbroken.
Say, man, hey, bro, look, I felt that, bro.
Yeah.
Look here, man. Look.
That shit hurt, man.
I know
hurt.
it. I know it. The trip part about it is, man, no matter how hard we might be or pretend to be or whatever.
that heart tender.
Man, that heart is tender, man. Tender. And when that heart get broken, man, you can't do nothing, man, but allow it to heal. Just let time allow it to heal. And just and just stay busy, because the idle mind is the devil's workshop.
You ain't lying.
Man, I felt that, man.
Yeah.
I mean, come on home to me, Charlene, man.
Come on home.
Yeah,
Shit.
yeah. That was that. You know what? I never thought about that until just now.
Mm-hmm.
That is like I would say the current
Lenny Williams.
Lenny Williams. Yeah. You know what I was going. You know where I was going. You're getting lonely.
Man, I listened to that the other day. I'm like,
yeah.
Man, it still sounds like I can feel what he was feeling. Like, man, I get it.
I called my friends, and my friends was just like, maybe y'all will forget about it. You just don't understand. Sometimes you get lonely.
I said, I watched TV till TV went on.
Ooh, man. Ooh.
Oh, man.
Ain't that music good, man, when it's good?
Mm-hmm.
I'm talking about, man, when I hear it.
Yeah.
Like,
change the air, change the atmosphere.
And you part of that tradition.
Yeah.
Like, I wouldn't even want to be an artist today if I can't be that. You know what I'm saying? If I can't be that, if I can't have that type of music, I don't want it.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't want it because I would just feel like I'm not in your class. I'm not on your level. Like, and I got to prove myself. No, I need to prove that I'm on that level. Mm-hmm. It's cool to have party songs. Don't get me wrong.
Absolutely.
Because there's a time and place for everything. Mm-hmm. It's cool. But even with party songs, it's important to have something substantive,
Cool. My song, Cool. We don't have to worry about no money to have us a real good time.
Exactly.
And we don't have to leave in the morning.
That's
the whole day. So you can speak about, you can have an upbeat, but people want to hear something
Still
that's
put
like.
the game in there.
Yeah, you can
put the pain, put the joy, put the
it's
love.
like, shit, this song means something. It ain't just a party.
Yeah.
Shit, we partying with a purpose. You know what I'm saying? You want to have a song that you partying with a purpose.
Right.
And that makes a difference. Those are the songs that stick.
Yeah.
Because no matter how old that song gets, you're still partying with a purpose, and you remember where you were. Those, what you call those pivotal songs in your life. Like, I know exactly where I was when that song came out. I knew exactly what I was going through when I wrote it, when I sang it, and when you first heard it. I know all that. And those are the songs, man.
So let's say you was cooking up a dish called Classic Song, right? We coming to Anthony's house to eat.
Yeah.
Anthony cooking up a classic song.
Yeah.
What are the ingredients?
Oh, the ingredients. It's going to be Southern church. Your collard greens. And you're going to have I'm gonna put a spin on that thing. I'm gonna put a quilt on it. Your mashed potatoes, I'm gonna put a quilt around that thing and sing with a tone that make you feel at home. And then I'm gonna give you exactly what you need. I'm gonna hit you with a few notes, like fried chicken, how it hit you. I'm gonna hit you with a few notes to open your eyes up, be like, oh, he ain't playing with us. And then I'm gonna rinse it all down with some Kool-Aid. And I'm gonna hit a few of them falsetto notes and wash it on down.
Is it pain? Is it? Well, I guess
It's a little bit of all.
It's all of it. It's pain, it's joy, it's laughter.
Absolutely. I think if you can feel it all, you can hit all the triggers. You damn near make a person want to jump out the car while they're driving when the song come on. You know, it's just like he's hitting everything. Like, I understand. Like, I'm happy, I'm feeling good, but then the thing turned around. It changed on me. It broke my heart. But then we worked through it. And here we are trying to build it back up. Those are the songs, man, that it's hard to do that. Especially the artists now, you know, they don't do it now. Not the young. I think her does it. Jasmine Sullivan, she does it. I think you got a few of the newer artists that do that. Lucky Day, he's a good songwriter. I think got some great music as well.
What about Life Jennings?
Life is raw. Life came out a little bit, you know. Before. Yeah, Life, he's raw.
Yeah.
We toured together. He's one of the first person. I allowed him to come on tour and open up and do some stuff for me, man, because I heard it and I was like, this is raw.
The trip part about Life is that I know he's been around for a minute, but his sound is just so fresh.
Yeah.
It's like it don't
raw.
sound
It's
dated
like,
at all. It's
no,
like it's now. It's in the moment.
Because how you feel, feelings are now. Feelings don't go out of style. Feeling how you feel, being vulnerable, all that don't go out of style. You know, joy and pain and all that. That ain't no time frame for that.
Yeah.
So when you feel it and you hear it, you know that's the real shit.
When you started doing R&B, you started doing what they call secular music. The church calls secular music.
Boy, you know, that's a whole nother story, man. They used to get on me.
What they do? How did they come at you? How did the church folks hit you? What did Grandma and Ma say? You know,
my grandmother had passed away before then. My mama, you know, she was okay with it. It's just them aunties, them and them church folks that all in your business. You know, I love your voice, love your music. I'd be so glad when you put on a suit. Ooh, I could see you in an old nice suit, cut your hair, and come on back and sing gospel. Ooh, I know that's going to be good. Ooh, I know that's going to be good. Or they'll introduce you, but, hey, this is Anthony Hamilton. He's a singer. Oh, yeah? What he sing? Gospel? I said, no, he does R&B. Oh, he does secular music. Oh, secular. Okay. And people are, you know, they look down on you. But if you listen to my music, you'll hear the gospel in it. And I ain't talking about nothing crazy in my music.
Yeah, you hear it.
Yeah.
It's in there.
Yeah, it's in there.
It's impossible to hear your voice and not hear that gospel.
Absolutely. T.D. Jakes has come to my shows. There's a whole lot of pastors that come to my shows. Like real pastors. I got a song with Shirley Caesar.
Yeah.
Duet with Shirley Caesar, John P. Key.
No, you certified, man.
You know,
you certified.
So it's got to be something churchy enough.
Yeah, you certified. You got all of the legends, past and present, and everything in between. Like,
man, I'm blessed, man.
You're that dude, man.
And I'm just getting started.
Yeah,
I feel like I'm just getting started. My last album, I think due to the pandemic, Love is the New Black, people didn't get a chance to hear it, man. I think it's a great body of work. Got a song with Lil Jon called All Right, I'm Ready. It's a party song, but it's amazing. And I think people just didn't get a chance to hear it because people were trying to get back to living.
Yeah.
Get back comfortable. But it's a song on there, it's almost like Harold Melvin and the Blue Notes. I Miss You.
Mm-hmm.
I Thought We Were in Love. That inspired that song.
Baby. Yeah.
Oh my God, man! I thought we were in love. I might even do a video to it, just to show people like this thing, man. Jermaine Dupri produced it. He produced a few of my last album.
Mm-hmm.
And, man, we were in there. We were going live and letting people see us create it. We probably should have just dropped it then, you know. But that song, it's absolutely, that thing is something to hear, boy. That thing got something on it.
Yeah.
Ooh, you talking about some singing? I thought we were in love. Yeah.
What's going on with your foundation?
Taste Foundation. You know,
Taste.
Yeah, take a step to elevate.
Yeah.
Well, I'm here on behalf of that. I'm going to go and speak to some kids on a panel about mental health.
Okay.
This is one of the key things we want to try to help people grasp. You know, mental health is so important.
It is.
You know,
it's the reason why
yeah.
you got all these people out here
Mm-hmm.
going crazy.
Yeah.
Like you got.
There's an imbalance. I think people are chasing
so
something.
much division, bro.
Yeah.
The division is racial division. You got age division. You got gender division. You got region division.
Yeah.
You got economic division. I mean, it's in this country we just
Divided.
We're just totally divided, and it's
And
like
they call it the United States. That is
Right.
the biggest joke I've ever heard. What's so
and
united?
and it starts at the top with our leadership
Mhm.
because they're divided. They act like a bunch of uncivilized mutts. The way that they talk to each
I was
other.
waiting to hear that. I
Yeah.
love it.
The way that they talk to each other when
Yeah.
they're sitting and even when they're in the chambers, man, they just you like, damn, man, these people supposed to be leaders?
Man.
Like aren't they supposed to be the professional ones? They're supposed to be the cream of the crop when it comes to professionalism.
Yeah.
You know, and they act like a bunch of uncivilized mutts.
Absolutely.
And it trickles down. The people even in the media, man,
Mm-hmm.
it's just a bunch of trash people in suits and ties and pretty dresses.
Yep. Trying to be heard, trying to be seen. For whatever it is. They don't even care anymore. People just, I think popularity is winning over substance. I think popularity is winning over, you know, the most important things that we need. People rather be popular for bullshit than to be, you know, be known for something that, or doing something that's right and go under the radar.
When people know Anthony Hamilton for his music first and
Yeah.
foremost, but when Anthony Hamilton gives his personal point of views, especially his social political views, and people tend to at times come at you for that. You know, like, how do you feel when they say stay in your lane? You know, or somebody jump on your page and say, "Oh, you have an opinion about something going on in the world," and they jump on your IG because that's where you be active.
Yeah,
they jump on your IG and say, I used to like you. I like your music, but your politics sucks. Unfollowing. You know, how do you feel?
I mean, hitting that button is free. You know, I don't get caught up in it. I don't, that's why, you know, I don't say too much about politics and all that because, you know, we all gonna feel how we feel.
Right.
Yeah. If you don't see my view, that's cool. We all have our own opinion, but I'm not gonna lose sleep over you unfollowing me.
This would trip.
I follow my damn self.
This would trip me out. They have to announce it. Like,
yeah. Like just do it.
Like,
Popularity.
Do
again.
you realize that I don't even know who you are? I don't even know you exist. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Unfollowing.
Yeah.
Like, you could knock yourself out. What trips me out is this. Bus drivers, teachers, doctors, lawyers, medical assistants, nurses,
essential workers,
educators, cops, judges, whatever. Everybody, or not everybody, but many people have jobs that they go to and they have professions, they have titles, right? Like we have titles. We are artists, right? First and foremost, we're artists, right? So all of these other people can have opinions about what's going on in the world.
Yeah.
And it's just a conversation. They get to have their opinion. But if an artist has an opinion about something going on in society, like because we are just people. These are just titles.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? We're people with families, and we got children, and we got friends, and, we get sick and we die just like everybody else.
Yeah.
So why is it that we can't have an opinion about who we think should be the president or the mayor or what's going on at City Hall, but they can? That's what I want to know.
You know what? Because they know our name and our voice has influence, and they're afraid of it. They think if we influence too many people, it's gonna sway them away from what they really truly believe in. I think a doctor, people listen. Lawyer, people listen. But an artist, someone who can write a song or write a verse or a poem and change the world, how dare you have an opinion with all
unless
that,
it agrees
with all
with
that,
me.
Yeah, unless
with
it
mine.
agrees with me.
Yeah.
How dare you have an opinion with all that power and all that access?
Right.
So they're afraid of the access we have.
Yeah. Because
But if we were speaking, how they want us to speak and say what they need us to say on their behalf, then it's okay. But if it's against the agenda, how dare you?
So it's almost like
Shut up and dribble.
So they looking at us like we are. It's almost like cheating, because we have such
absolutely, it's cheating.
such large
it's cheating.
influence.
That's a good way to put
it's
it.
like we cheating.
We cheating, yeah.
Okay, I get it. And when it's time for you to go and you ain't got no more, how would you like to be remembered?
I'd like to be remembered as, you know what? That was a good dude. That was a good man, hard worker. He loved his kids. He loved his people. And he put Charlotte, North Carolina on his back and took it around the world. And for that, we're going to love him.
Shit, you did that, bro. That's automatic. You did that.
That's.
I appreciate you coming on the show, man.
Absolutely, man. We've been trying to do this, man. I'm glad we finally got a chance, man.
Yeah.
It worked out at the perfect time.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Congratulations, too, man, on being one of the most talked about and listened to podcast.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it.
Absolutely,
Appreciate
Willie.
it. Ladies and gentlemen, Anthony Hamilton. No more talk.
No more talk.